A couple of weeks ago, my wife started hearing these noises at night, like something was chewing on the sheetrock and eating it. And we looked outside and we saw a bunch of bees were hanging around when it got sunny out. Then all of a sudden, we started getting this brown spot up in the corner of the ceiling, and it looks like they were almost starting to eat their way through. So I looked it up online. I found that it definitely was Yellowjackets, and they do eat sheetrock. You could see out the window there. There was just a little tiny crack in the soffit where it met the molding there, and they were sneaking in that. So I headed down to my local Ace store, and I found these rescue trap sticks they had to capture the Yellowjackets. They're supposed to work. So I picked up 2 of them, and I really only put one out there, and I put another one around the other side of my house. Plus, I got a bunch of cans of actual Raid to spray at them too. So these things are pretty easy to assemble. They come with these things, come wrapped in cardboard like that, and they're basically just like a giant sticky trap. And you just take the cardboard off, and then there's these little bird guard things that actually snap in place on the trap to keep birds from being able to stick to it. That wouldn't be a good thing. So, it takes a couple minutes to figure out how to assemble them there, and they pretty much they wind up actually snapping over the outside, not on the inside like that, like I showed. So there, I laid it down finally and figured it out, and you can see these little plastic guards just kind of snap onto each of the flat faces there, and just give birds a place to grab onto, I guess, in case they decide to eat the insects off the trap or something. So I really didn't have any idea how good these were going to work. But I figured I'd put one out there anyway to start. And at the same time, I took the screen out of the window next to it, and I started spraying every couple minutes every time I saw a yellow jacket or a couple of them out there trying to sneak in the little crack. I would spray at them, and I did kill hundreds of them. It was unbelievable how many I got. So there, I got that first trap together, and this is the window next to the other one that has the yellow jackets coming in over it. And I took the screen and I did all my dirty work out of this window. So I decided to just kind of hang this trap out there just to catch any stragglers that were left after I got spraying. And in the end, it actually did wind up working. Plus, I just opened the bottom there, sneak my head out, and spray over the other window and get back in because I have an allergy to bee stings. So I'm trying to play it careful, and I couldn't reach it from the ground either. So there you can see, I got that hanging out there, and I kept spraying for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden we had this invasion of stink bugs. One day the whole side of my house got covered with stink bugs, and you can see these are just kind of in the screens where we had the windows open there to let some air in. They just started, it was like if you walked outside the house, you just constantly get hit by them, just flying around and stuff. I've never seen so many stink bugs as we had. And this was just kind of the first day, and I've got some other pictures as you go along. This is still the first day, but every day for like about 3 or 4 days, it just kept getting worse until we finally did get a frost, and they kind of disappeared. But there's the next day. You can see there's like twice as many, and then there, every day we got a little bit more. It was kind of like anything outside was covered with these things. I've never seen anything like it before. But anyhow, this little sticky trap, it's hard to see in the video through the screen, but it actually did work really good. Any of the stragglers that were left after I got done spraying, okay, there you can see a little more. It caught all the straggling yellow jackets, and it also did catch some of the stink bugs out there, which I really didn't want, and an assortment of other little bugs too. So it did not catch any honeybees or bumblebees or anything like that, so I was real glad about that. But so in the end, I wound up using 3 of these oversized cans of the Raid. I bought 5 of them, and only needed 3 of them, and I just kept spraying every day over that window there, and finally they all disappeared, and there are hundreds of them laying on the ground dead down below. So I did eventually get them all, and just don't know how they actually snuck in there or found this little crack to get in or anything, but I just kind of thought I'd share this with you, so you can keep an eye out for something like this in the fall when they're actually looking for a place to nest for the winter, I guess. So in the end, this sticky trap really did work good, and that raid actually on contact would just kill them, so that really worked good. So I was able to get rid of the problem, but it did take some spraying and a couple traps to do it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.